All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. If you're coming on, hit the like button, hit the share button, tag Lolly Dolly everybody, and let them know that your boy Ramonepreston, my squad, we are live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is Thursday, November the 17th, 2022. And we are live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. And we are about to give you some game in this edition of the Ramonepreston Show. So welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. For those of you that don't know, I am your host, Ramonepreston. Every Monday through Friday, we show up here on this show to share information with you that we know can be used to help you start, structure, and at some point scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and even your wealth building dreams. And so today, I'm going to be talking to you about the 5 biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make. So if you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, or maybe you are already an entrepreneur, especially if you're not where you want to be. You haven't really tapped into that place of success and financial stability, and you haven't really seen the momentum that you want to see in your business. I'm gonna be sharing with you today my 5 biggest mistakes that I've found for entrepreneurs. Now, just in case you don't know, I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years. Full-time entrepreneur, waking up every day, hustling, grinding, scrapping, trying to figure out how to take my business and my finances to the next level. So I have made my fair share of mistakes, definitely made more than the 5 that I'm gonna be sharing with you. But these 5 are really like a composite of all the things that I have observed, all the things that I've experienced, and most importantly, things that I have helped countless entrepreneurs through. As a business consultant and coach myself, I work with entrepreneurs on a day-to-day basis, and I have provided a lot of these entrepreneurs with strategies, with solutions, and with formulas that I've used to succeed. I've provided it for them, and they've seen success. Unfortunately, there's a lot of entrepreneurs that are operating in today's world. I'm talking about entrepreneurs in 2022. We got a lot of entrepreneurs who are operating today, and they underestimate the power of education, the power of mentorship, and as a result, they experience the fatality of failure in their businesses. Like, all you got to do is Google statistics of businesses that fail, and you'll quickly find out that 9 out of 10 businesses within a 5 to 7 year period don't even exist. And most of them probably failed within the first 1 to 3 years of existence. There are a lot of businesses that are still active with the Secretary of State. They might still have a bank account or EIN, but they're failing by way of not really generating revenue, not being able to grow, and not sustaining through certain seasons and cycles. And so today I want to share with you the 5 biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs make. And so I'll share each one with you, and I'll go through them, and hopefully you could get some value from them. Now, if you're coming on, please do me a favor while I'm going through these. Please be sure to put in the comments what city you watch me from. I love to know what city you're representing, where you're watching us from today. If you have any questions, feel free to put the questions in the comments. If you have some feedback, maybe there's an aha moment or a big takeaway, drop that takeaway in the comments as well. So today we're talking about the 5 biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make. Number 1, the biggest mistake that entrepreneurs make is that they don't, this is a big mistake, they don't create what I call, and what most people will call, a valuable offer. This is the first mistake that entrepreneurs make. The first mistake that entrepreneurs make is they don't create a valuable offer. All right? They don't create a valuable offer. So, in other words, most entrepreneurs, they don't have a product or service that can actually go to the market and be sold. So if you don't have a product or service, you probably don't have a valuable offer to give to people in the marketplace. This is one of the reasons why I take so much time working on my products, working on my services. I talk to my team about our products and services every day, and I'm always willing to switch it up and pivot when I need to. But this is a very big mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs make. As a matter of fact, I'll probably say 9 out of 10 entrepreneurs who are struggling with marketing themselves and getting their businesses off the ground, 9 out of 10 of them are struggling just because they haven't even created a valuable offer. So if you are not able to create a valuable offer, it's probably because you don't have a product or service, okay? You may not have a product or service. Or if you have a product or service, you just don't have a lot of confidence in it. So it's going to be very difficult for you to offer me a product, offer me a service, and you ain't got no confidence in the product and service. In other words, if you ain't getting high on your own supply, you ain't going to be convinced to offer it to me. So if it's something that I'm using as a product, something I'm using as a service, then it's easy for me to offer it to you because I'm using it. And here's the thing, if you're an entrepreneur and you do not have a valuable offer to present to me as a consumer, or as a customer or client, it's either because you don't have a product or service or you're just not confident in it. And here's what you have to do. If you own the products and services and you ain't confident in them, you need to work on them. You need to create better products and services. You need to figure that part out. And sometimes the best way to figure it out is stop focusing on trying to own all your products and services and find products and services that you can use. Does that make sense to you? So you don't always have to own the products and services. So I have a lot of digital products and services. I have an online university. I have business and financial training programs. I have courses. I have coaching and consulting services, which some of those are not digital. Some of those require me and my time and my efforts and my expertise. But I do have a lot of digital products. But here's the thing. Before I built my online platform, before I created my online courses, before I took the hours and hours and hours and hours of creating these hundreds of courses and video lessons and putting documents and forms together and step-by-step tutorials and all the things that I have on my platform today, before I did that, I didn't own products and services for education, for business education, financial education, entrepreneurship education, holding company education, systems and processes education. I have a lot of educational courses and content on my platform. But before I owned that, in other words, before I created it, I was using somebody else's platform. I had a friend that owned a company that had a platform, and a lot of their services were either digital or they were virtual based. They were a little more virtual. It didn't really require a whole lot of in-person. Things you could do transactions over the internet and through a certain platform that he owned. What did I do? I didn't own it, so I used it. So I linked up with this guy and I used his platform so that I could learn the ins and outs and figure out some of the nuances while I built mine, so it didn't delay me being able to create a valuable offer. So this is a big mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs make. They don't create valuable offers. So whether you own products or use products or services, you got to get to a point to where you have enough confidence in these products and services that you package them correctly and you present them correctly in the form of a valuable offer. Now, again, if you have trouble creating products and services, or if you're having trouble taking your ideas and converting them into products and services, that's something that we work with our clients on. We work with our clients on converting ideas into products and services. We have courses to show you how to do it. We have tutorials and self-assessment videos to help you do it. And we provide the mentoring and the coaching through our programs to help you do that if you do not know how to take an idea that you got and turn that idea into a product and service so that you can create a valuable offer with that product and service. And a lot of times you might have multiple offers. So some of your offers might be free, some of your offers may be little to nothing, some of your offers may be big, but you ain't gonna have no offers if you ain't got no products and services that you either own or use. So mistake number one of entrepreneurs, they don't create a valuable offer. In other words, they don't have products and services that they can actually go to the market and sell. Okay? Big mistake number two. Entrepreneurs, they don't, this is the key word, market themselves at all. They don't market themselves at all or enough. This is a big mistake. So again, if you go back to mistake number one, entrepreneurs typically don't create a valuable offer. So if an entrepreneur doesn't have products and services that they're confident in, whether they own them or use them, if they're not confident in those products and services, that means they're not going to create an offer. That means they're not going to take two hats and a hoodie and put them together as a bundle and offer them for $69.99 or a hoodie and hat set for $59. A entrepreneur that doesn't have products and services that they got confidence in, whether they own them or use them, they're not going to create an offer, which means mistake number two is inevitable. Because the second big mistake of entrepreneurs is they don't market themselves either at all, so they ain't doing no marketing, or they're not marketing themselves enough. And I'm gonna tell you something, all of us fall in this category, because I don't think you can market yourself enough. I think some of the biggest companies in the world, they still market themselves today, and they still household names. Think about Doritos, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Amazon, GoDaddy. A lot of these companies, they have Super Bowl commercials. They run commercials every day. They own billboards. They everywhere. And guess what? They still market themselves because they know they can't market themselves enough. But most entrepreneurs don't even market themselves at all. How do you say that, Ramon? Here's how I say that, because there's a difference between marketing and advertising. So a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs, they advertise their business. Oh, my name is Ramonepreston. I'm a business consultant. I got 20 years of experience. I specialize in ABC and this. We provide ABC and this. So that's advertising. Marketing is really what I'm doing right now. I'm sharing with you 5 of the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make, and I'm giving it to you in the form of valuable educational content that can actually help you see where you are, the mistakes that you might be making, and what you need to do to fix it. And I'm giving you formulas on how to fix it. So I'm actually marketing my business, because at a certain point, if you keep listening to me, you're going to say, man, I want his courses. At a certain point, you're going to be like, man, the dude know what he's talking about. Like, I've had so many people tell me over the course of time that they have watched me for months and months and months, and finally they call in, they text, they reach out to us, and they say, I want to buy your program, I want to get on your courses, I want to get mentored by you, I want you to coach me. And a lot of times we'll ask them, like, what prompted you to reach out to us? Like, what made you finally make that decision? And a lot of them say, hey man, I've been watching you for like 5 months or for a year, and you've been consistent. Everything I look up about you is positive. You helping a lot of people. You got great reviews. Your products and your services and your programs on your website are powerful. I've been to 2 or 3 of your free events. I've taken you up on a free offer last month or whatever. In other words, what they're saying is you are marketing yourself. You continue to stay in front of me. You send me emails, but you're not just trying to advertise your business. You're trying to share valuable information. So the difference between the advertising and marketing, the biggest difference I could say, because there are many differences, is don't just tell people who you are and what you do, but give people what you have. Give people information, give people value. If you don't have information and value in terms of like what you communicate, because you might not be the teacher, you might not want to be an educator like me. I'm an educator, I'm a teacher, I'm that. I've been that. I'm a coach, I'm a consultant. I love to do it, and I always do it. Even when I don't do it, I'm doing it. Like, I could just be in a conversation with somebody and I start teaching them, I start giving them game, I start showing them stuff. That's the nature of who I am. But you as an entrepreneur, you might not be that kind of person. You might be a hands-on person. So think about marketing yourself using your skill set, using your support, using your service, giving your products to people, letting them test it and display it. Just like with this, if I was in the apparel business, I would probably have to be, even though I have an apparel line, but if my primary business was strictly apparel, I would probably have to be taking these hats and hoodies, and I would have to be sending them to people, hoping an influencer wears them. And I should still be doing it. I mean, really, I should still be doing it. I just hadn't gotten around to really focusing on this aspect of my business. But the second biggest mistake entrepreneurs make is they don't market themselves enough, which none of us do it, or at all. So I would rather you market yourself some kind of way. And the best way to market yourself today really is social media. Like, all these social media platforms are free. And if you're just not a comfortable person in front of the camera, you got to figure out what the best way is that you can get your information to people and share valuable content and give people the things that they need so that they can see the value in who you are and what you do. Okay? Mistake number 3. The third mistake entrepreneurs make, number 3, they don't have any, or they don't have the right systems and processes. This is like, again, 99.9% of entrepreneurs, 99.9% of entrepreneurs. And I'm using the word entrepreneur, but an entrepreneur is really somebody who's owning a business, somebody who's out there hustling, somebody who's got a side hustle, who's trying to, be self-employed. Well, guess what? The third biggest mistake that you have going against yourself is you don't have any, or you don't have the right systems and processes. So what that means is you don't have the right platforms, the right technology. You don't have any step-by-step formula that you're using to market yourself. So you just wing it. You just wing it. Like, I teach this in my online courses, and I teach this in my coaching program to my students and clients, that you have to put a marketing system and process together. Because your marketing is like the top of your funnel. Your marketing is your attention getter. Your marketing is going to determine just about all your sales. Because let's say, for example, if you're selling products and services, once you share your business with your family members and friends, if they buy something, they're only going to buy it maybe once. They might buy your product one time, or some of them don't even buy anything. So you got to be able to market and get in front of new people. But when you get in front of new people, or when you're in the process of getting in front of new people, you need to have a system or a platform. More appropriately speaking, you need some type of CRM, customer relations management software. You need something that you can use so that, like, when we're on here on social media, at the end of my show, I'm always telling you to click a link. I'm telling you to text something to me. I'm telling you to go to my website. So that means I have platforms that house information, so that when I'm getting your attention and I'm communicating with you and you're getting value and you want to take me up on something that I'm offering you, there's a way for you to communicate with me, and there's a way for me to acquire that information and retain that information so that I can keep communicating with you. 9 out of 10 entrepreneurs, they fail. This is a big mistake because they don't have any, or they don't have the right systems and processes for their marketing. for their sales. They don't have any systems and processes for their sales. So like, for example, if I call your number or if I reach out to you, let's say if you did market, okay, how are you going to sell me? Is there a certain process you're going to walk me through for me to become a client? Because see, what you have to understand as an entrepreneur, these are things that you have to learn. You have to get good and skilled at, because when you're a customer, when you're a client, you want somebody to walk you through a process. So when I go buy a car, when I get ready to buy a house, or if I'm going to purchase some clothes, or if I'm walking in a store, it doesn't matter if it's a designer store or any type of store or establishment. It's a great experience when you have a salesperson who has a process that they can walk you through. They ask you questions. They get a profile of who you are and what you're looking for. They give you options. They demonstrate the product. They ask you to actually make a purchase, and they show you why it's important for you to make that purchase based on the information they have. That's professionalism. And I'm telling you, all this stuff I'm sharing with you right now, there was a time I made all these mistakes, but I saw it in my bank account. I saw it in my business not growing. I saw it in me not being able to hire people and grow myself and grow my organization and do the things that I'm able to do today. And I'm continuing to use these principles and practices and grow with them and expand with them. So don't feel like if you ain't doing these things and you making these same mistakes that you're the only one. No, you're not the only one, but it's that when you become aware of these things and you realize how much they're costing you, you got to make a decision to fix it, to correct it. So the third mistake entrepreneurs make is that they don't have any, or they don't have the right systems and processes for marketing, for sales, for their financials, like QuickBooks, and even for their business operations. This is really critical, even for the business operations. All four of these are critical. And remember, I teach courses on all of these because I believe every entrepreneur needs to learn these four systems and processes. I also provide workshops. I do one-day workshops every quarter for all of my coaching clients. So if you're having problems with these systems and processes and you don't know where to start, you just got to make the decision to connect with somebody who can educate you on what to do, how to do it, and who can work with you through each step so that you can put it together the right way, be at peace. This is going to free your mind up, and it's going to free a lot of your time up when you put these together. All right, number 4. The fourth mistake that entrepreneurs make is number 4. They don't seek, I call it seek to reach. They don't seek to reach their full potential. Think about that. Most entrepreneurs, they make the mistake of not seeking to reach. You're not seeking to reach your full potential. So what that means is, if you're doing bad, you ain't reached your full potential, okay? Even if you're doing better than you used to be, you should understand that where you are is not your potential. So the successful entrepreneurs, they're always seeking to reach their full potential. I think I'm one of those people. Every day I wake up, my wife and I both, we seek to reach our full potential. We seek to reach our full potential. So every day I have to grow, I have to learn, I have to develop, I have to challenge myself. I got to stay around people who are challenging me. I got to be held accountable. I got to be reminded every day about where I'm going and why I can't get stuck in the details of what I'm dealing with today, because I'm seeking to reach my full potential. Most entrepreneurs don't do that. So as I mentioned to you, I've been an entrepreneur full time, which means that I haven't clocked into a job in 20 years. As a matter of fact, 21 years ago was the last time I had a real job, like a job where I got a W-2, I filled out a W-4 form and I got a W-2, and I was, like clocking in every day, working like 8-hour shifts. I got fired from my last job in 2001. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up because I want you to see something. Even though I have accomplished a lot in the last 20 years since I've been a full-time entrepreneur, since I went head first and said, I ain't never looking back. It's been like the hardest thing ever. But even though I have accomplished a lot, I still feel like I got so much more to accomplish, because there are a lot of people who are where I am right now in my age and in my experience in 20 years, and they still thinking like and doing business like they did 20 years ago. So I'm not putting myself against them, and I'm not putting myself against where I've been. So I'm not going to always keep looking back saying, well, at least I ain't where I was in 2002. Well, at least I'm better than where I was in 2002. At least I ain't broke no more and struggling no more and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to put myself against my 20-year ago version or my entrepreneurship 20 years ago. I want to put myself today against my potential. So now when I wake up and I seek to reach my potential, I'm not judging other people. I ain't worrying about what other entrepreneurs are doing, what my competition is doing. I don't care. I'm going with my potential. Okay, I'm going with my potential. That's what I'm competing for. So most entrepreneurs make the mistake of not seeking to reach their full potential. One of the ways you seek to reach your full potential is not getting comfortable where you at. Not making sense of where you at. That's one of the biggest things, because we have a way of always making sense of why we're where we are. So you could be stuck financially, you could be stuck in your business, and all of a sudden you start making sense. Well, if I could just make $100 today, if I could just get $1,000. No, you need to seek your potential. What is your potential? Your potential might be 100 grand. Your potential should be the 1%. So how am I going to get to being one of the 1%ers in America? Well, guess what I got to do? I got to seek to reach my potential. All right? That's number 4. And number 5, the 5th and final mistake that entrepreneurs make is they don't invest. That's the key word. They don't invest in people. They don't invest in people. They don't invest in people. I'm so guilty of this because I used to do this all the time. For years, I tried to do it all. I tried to do everything. I was the CEO, I was the CMO, I was the Chief Executive Officer, I was the Chief Marketing Officer, I was the Chief Sales Officer, I was the Chief Operations Officer, I was the Chief Financial Officer. I did the websites, I did the emails, I did the texts, I did the deals, I did the technology, I did the financials, I did the books, I did everything. Until I realized that the reason why I was doing those things because I was being selfish not to invest in people. See there? I was being selfish. And there were 3 people I was not investing in. Number 1, I should have been investing more money in myself. I wasn't investing enough money in myself, so I didn't have the confidence to hire people. I didn't have the confidence to grow my business because I wasn't investing enough in myself to get better at making money, to get better at keeping money, and to get better at investing and multiplying my money. So I wasn't investing in myself. Number 2, I wasn't investing in a coach or a mentor. That like, I promise you, if you've never invested in a business and financial coach, and yes, this is a shameless plug. It's shameless because I'm one. Of course I want to do business with you, but trust me, even if you never do business with me, one day, if you ever invest in a real business and financial coach, I'm not talking about a life coach. I don't have nothing against life coaches, but I'm talking about business here. I'm talking about finances. I'm talking about you learning how to build a business, learning how to sell and market. I'm not talking about the other stuff. I'm talking about the business side, okay? If you ever invest in a real legitimate business and financial coach, I promise you, if you don't regret not doing it earlier, you're probably going to think to yourself, oh my God, what was I thinking? Because I feel like that every day. I feel like that every day. I'm like, man, what was I thinking about? What was I thinking about? Like, why didn't I invest in a business and financial coach way earlier? Like I should have did that in year one. But every time I think about it, I'm like, man, 20 years ago, the internet wasn't what it is. I didn't even know what a business coach was really 20 years ago. Some of the terminology that we use today, I didn't even know about, and the things that we see on the internet and the opportunities we have, I didn't even know existed 20 years ago. But let me tell you something. I could have definitely had a head start if I invested in a coach. And then number three, the third person you need to invest in is a team. But I promise you, I'm telling you now, listen to me. If you never invest in yourself, that means you got to invest in educating yourself about business, about finances. You have to learn how to actually run a real business. You got to learn. This is why I teach all these principles about starting and structuring a business, systems, processes. You got to learn these things, and you won't learn them if you don't invest in self. And guess what? Most of the times, like in my case, you can invest in a coach and you can get the education. Now, some people who are coaches, they might not provide classes and courses. There are some coaches who just coach you one-on-one. They just work with you one-on-one. I'm one of those coaches who educate you. I want to educate you. So my coaching program works like this. I coach you one-on-one. I give you group coaching. I educate you in workshops. I train you. I don't just give you information, but I show you how to do it. And I also put you in classes so that you can become a student of business, not just a student of the thing that you do or the area or industry that you're in. You got to learn how to run a business, okay? And you got to learn how to use your money the right way. And then you need to invest in a team. So what that means is once you get that confidence, you ain't going to have no problem hiring a personal assistant, hiring an administrator, hiring a salesperson, hiring a marketing person. And I'm not talking about just outsourcing it, okay? Because sometimes that don't work, just outsourcing it. I've outsourced things to people at times, and I'm telling you, it almost always comes back to haunt me and bite me in my behind because I should have known not to have that much confidence and faith in somebody who's not showing up at my office every day, but that's for another time. But those are the 5 biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs make. So if you've gotten some value from today's show, please do me a favor. Put your biggest valuable takeaway in the comments. And if there's something that I mentioned today that you need help with, okay? If you need help with any of the things that I consider to be mistakes, creating valuable offers. So if you need help coming up with ideas for your products and services, maybe you need help pricing them. Maybe you don't know how to package them. Maybe you don't know if they're properly priced and packaged the way you have them because you're not able to sell them. My team and I, we can work with you on that. We have an assessment process that we walk our clients and our students through to show them how to actually convert ideas into products and services, properly price them, properly package them, and properly present them. Maybe you have trouble marketing and selling because you don't have a marketing and sales system. Maybe you don't have a sales script. Maybe you don't know how to communicate to somebody when they do reach back out to you and walk them through the sales process. We have courses on that. We have workshops, and we provide coaching on that. Maybe you don't have the right systems and processes for your financials. You might not know QuickBooks. You might not understand creative tax strategies. Maybe you need some type of general operating system for your organization so that everybody can know what their role is, what their responsibilities are. You can understand KPIs and measure the activities of yourself and the people that work with you. We provide courses on that. We provide coaching on that. If you're looking to reach your full potential and build your team and build yourself, I've got an online training university that gives you access to all the information you need to properly start, properly structure so that you can properly scale your business, your ministry, if you got a ministry, your income streams, and your wealth building dreams. So if you have questions that you would like for us to answer, or if you just want more information on the programs that I'm telling you we have available so that we can get you to success, all you have to do is text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. That's all you have to do. Text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. Today is Thursday, November the 17th, 2022. I really appreciate you joining the Ramon Preston Show. Put in the comments what your biggest takeaway was. Don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, share, tell Lolly Dolly everybody that we're changing and transforming people's lives, not just spiritually, because I'm a preacher, but also economically, because I'm an entrepreneur on a mission to help you get to your business and your financial next level. I'll be back here tomorrow, right here on the Ramon Preston Show, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. Don't meet me here, beat me here. Have an amazing Thursday.